Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer, also known as the Jennifer Monique. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. If this is not your first time, welcome back. So today we are in the kitchen. As you guys can see, we're going to go ahead and make the spinach and artichoke dip in the oven. So it should take about 20 to 30 minutes. Now, disclaimer, what is a disclaimer? I don't know what it is, but anywho, you can make this actually in the crock pot too. If you want to go ahead and put it in a crock pot, maybe you're starting at the beginning of the day, you can do it for like 2 to 3 hours, just making sure you continue to stir it. But me personally, I want to have it for dinner tonight, so we're going to make it in the oven. So the first step that I'm already going to go ahead and do is going to set my oven to 350 degrees. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I just have my baking dish. I'm going to go ahead and spray my baking dish with some olive oil just to make sure it doesn't get too sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and add my drained spinach to the bottom. And I'm just going to break it up just because it was in a box. Now this spinach here I actually got out the frozen section. So I just went ahead and let it defrost. And after it defrost, I went ahead and just drained some of the water out of it. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take our artichokes. These right here, I'm just using Reese's quarter artichoke hearts. I'm gonna go ahead and drain them. Now that they're drained, I'm gonna go ahead and place them on my cutting mat because I'm going to go ahead and chop them up how I like them. Now, this process is basically however you want them cut. For me personally, there we go. For me personally, I don't like my artichokes cut like really big. So I'm just going to chop them up a little, nothing fancy. It's just however you like them, should I say. Now these artichokes are wet still, so they're a little slippery. But yeah, I'm just gonna chop them up. Now you could just peel them too, but chopping is good. Now that I have them chopped up, I'm gonna go ahead and add them to my baking dish. And I'm just gonna mix it in there once I put it in there, so therefore it's like smooth. All right, I'm thinking that is really good and mixed up some. Now we're just gonna add our cheeses. So I have some shredded mozzarella cheese here. I'm gonna add a cup of mozzarella. That's probably a little bit more than a cup, but hey. A cup of mozzarella. Ooh yeah, that's gonna be good. And I'm going to add 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan. There we go. That's about 1/3. And mix that all up. That looks good, y'all. So I'm going to add this right here. This is Alfredo sauce. I'm going to add the Alfredo sauce to it. Now this might get a little sticky. So I'm going to mix that in there. So far I used 3/4 of this jar of Alfredo sauce. Now that I have that mixed in, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this Alfredo. Now I'm going to also add some garlic powder. Now you can use, I'm just using this grated garlic powder, sorry. You can use 4 garlic cloves instead of garlic powder. Now, if you use the garlic cloves, you'll just need to make sure you put them in a baking dish and go ahead and bake the garlic cloves for maybe 20 to 30 minutes until they're soft. Now, if you're using garlic powder, I personally don't measure. As you can see, it's kind of whatever fits your taste personally. I like garlic powder, so I'm going to sprinkle a lot of garlic powder on there. And also, I'm going to add some onion powder. If you don't want to use onion powder, you can chop up of onion, like dice it up and put it in there. Me personally, I'm just going to add it in there. I'm going to add some pepper. Now all this you're going to season to taste. So I don't want to tell you like a certain amount. I like my stuff seasoned. So season to taste. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. So this is pink Himalayan salt. I personally like pink Himalayan salt. But you can add whichever kind of salt that you personally like of your choice. And I'm just going to mix all this up. The last ingredient we're actually going to add is going to be this Philadelphia cream cheese, and it is already softened. I've left it out so far for maybe an hour or two since I've been home, and I'm just going to actually put it in there, and it's going to melt when it's cooking in the oven. So we don't have to worry about it melting. We just want it softened so it won't take so long to actually melt. So I'm actually going to put the entire thing of this Philadelphia cream cheese in here. I'm just going to break it up a little bit. So when it's melting, it's kind of like melting in areas. I'm so excited about this, y'all. I feel like I may need a bigger pot, but we'll see. So for that, I'm actually going to try to work it in. Now keep in mind, Philadelphia cream cheese is kind of hard to work in if it's not already melted. So we're just gonna break it up a little bit so it'll melt faster. All right, my loves, this is what it's looking like right now uncooked. We're gonna place this thing in the oven. Well, actually, we're gonna cover it. Just gonna cover it a little bit. Now we're gonna place this in the oven for 30 minutes. But in 15 minutes, I'm gonna take it out. I'm actually going to stir it up to make sure all that cheese gets in there. And the melted cheese, excuse me, melts in there, and I move it all around. Alright, so it has been 15 minutes. I'm sure this thing is hot. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. I'm just going to stir this in there. As you can see, even in those 15 minutes, look at that. That thing is cheesy. So yeah, we're just stirring that in there. All right, I'm just gonna cover it back up. I'm actually going to let it cook for another 15 minutes. And I'm gonna put it on the top rack. Alright, my loves, it has been 15 more minutes, should I say. Let's just check it out. Ooh, y'all see that? Cheesy. That looks amazing. All the cheese is melted. I'm gonna put it back in the oven on broil on high for maybe 5 minutes to just get a brown crisp. But I'm gonna check it to make sure I don't burn it, just because I like the top of mine to be brown. Ta-da! Looks amazing with the burnt, well, not burnt, but you know, the brown edges on the side of it. And listen to it sizzle. Alright guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give your girls a thumbs up. Go ahead and share it with somebody. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.